Hi! So the two stories that we read this week are Revelation by Flannery O'Connor and Evil Allures But God Endures by Leo Tolstoy. And the reason that these stories are important to our modern culture, I'll start with Flannery O'Connor's story. In fact, some of the meanings that can be drawn from her piece are extremely relevant to the things that are going on today. There are things like the Baltimore riots that are going on because of inequality and judgment and injustice. And I think through her piece, there's this reiterating notion that keeps happening where Mrs. Turpin is extremely judgmental and is almost even wanting to put people in class systems. And so the whole story is her going through and kind of having a not self-realization, because it's obvious because of Flannery's faith that it is a revelation from God that prompts her to realize that slavery and inequality is something that was thought of a long time ago and can't be relevant anymore, and times have to go on, and she has to accept the equality of people, not only as human beings but religiously. And so I think that that's incredibly important to our culture. And the reason that I think that Evil Allures But God Endures is relevant in today's culture as well is because the themes that go on in this story are so parallel to the fall in Genesis, where the good master, the people kind of reject that the good master can't possibly be this good, and so they rebel and they try to have their own way. And what the master does is he gives them free will. He doesn't throw him out. He allows him to leave if he wants to do so. And I think that that relates so much to our society and our culture and what's happening today. It isn't that God punishes or leaves us, but oftentimes we are the ones who choose to reject him and walk away. And I think people, like I said, who needs, as far as addressing the question of who needs to hear them, everyone, every single person who knows God or who doesn't know God, especially about evil allures and but God endures. And then Flannery O'Connor's piece, Revelation, anyone, everyone, because of the things that are going on today and the things that we as citizens have to make educated decisions on, how we will respond to them. I think what's beautiful about them, especially in Revelation, something that I thought was incredible was that although all of those people were from different walks of life, they are all coming to this waiting room for one reason. And kind of in the playing field of this waiting room, they are all equal. They all have something wrong with them that they're coming to get fixed. And I think that as far as the view of equality that she's trying to present and that theme, it says it perfectly by realizing that they are all fragile and they're all finite, and they are all there because there's something wrong with them. They're not perfect, and therefore they're equal in that. And I think what's beautiful about Evil Allures and God Endures is the fact that God loves us enough to give us our freedom, that he offers us one life, but in the end, he allows us to choose. And I think that that's really incredible and speaks volumes about his love, rather than forcing us to engage in relationships or forcing us to serve him. And I think those two things especially are beautiful. Thank you.